my rare hunters. It is I, MariK. Today we're going to be checking out the new info that's been dropped for the Dragon Ball Super card game for Series 3 Crossworlds. So far from what we've seen, this set looks to be insane. And in this video, we're going to go over everything that they've revealed, and we're going to pick apart the trailer that they showed us earlier today. First, we're going to be checking out the two new starter decks, one of them featuring a red GT Goku leader, and the other featuring a black Super Saiyan 3 Bardock leader. Here we're looking at the Bardock deck first. You can see the Bardock leader at the top. Comes with a few new Trunks cards as well, but then for some reason it comes with some of the older green stuff, like that Goku and the Vegeta. But it does also come with a couple new green Trunks as well. Here are a few of the cards that come in the black starter deck. Let's go ahead and take a look at the leader first, the Masked Saiyan. Of course, we all know it's Bardock. His activate main says once per turn, place the top 3 cards of your deck in the drop area. If you place a black card in the drop area with this skill, this card gains critical for the rest of the turn. If a card of any other color is placed in the drop area, this card also gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So 15,000 with critical. That's not too shabby. He also awakens at 4 life. The second card I want to take a look at is this Quick Blade Trunks. The one in the top middle. Probably one of the coolest arts I've seen for this set, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting that card in foil. In case you didn't know, all commons and uncommons in this set will have a parallel rare foiling, which means I'm going to shine out every card in every deck. He's a 2-drop. Looks like he's got 15,000 power, kind of hard to tell. He's got Overwhelm 2. It actually doesn't even say what else he does. He might just be Overwhelm Summon, and that's it. Next, let's take a look at Killer Sword Trunks. You can kind of see it in the very corner. He is a 4-drop. Looks like 20,000. He's got Xeno Evolve for 4. He gets Double Strike, and then his auto says, when a card evolves onto this card, choose up to 1 battle card in your warp area with energy cost 3 or less and play it. And there's nothing stating you can't get another Overwhelm card back if you wanted to. Now, one of the cool things to notice is the Xeno Evolve actually says play this card in active mode by sending the specified card from your battle area to your warp. So not only does it come in active, but it sends another card to warp, and then you could get it right back if you wanted to. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this Encroaching Threat Masked Saiyan. We know it's Bardock. 4-drop, he's got to be 15,000, maybe 20,000. He's got permanent. This card can attack battle cards in active mode. And then his other permanent says, when you've sent 7 or more cards to your warp, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand and warp by 1. So you can actually drop him on turn 3. The last one we're going to look at in this deck is the Power Aura Mira. He's a 3-drop Overwhelm. He's got a permanent that says when you have 3 or more cards in your warp, this card gains 5,000 power. If you have 5 or more cards in your warp, it gains an additional 5,000. So he starts out at 15. He can go all the way up to 25,000 for 3. That's actually pretty insane, especially for a 3-drop. That can put a lot of pressure on the opponent very quickly. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Goku GT deck. The weird thing about this deck compared to the other deck is that it's all new cards and nothing is recycled from a previous set, unlike the Bardock deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few of the cards from the red deck now. You've got the Son Goku leader. Really a simple effect, but not a bad one at all. When he attacks a leader card, draw 1 card. So he gets to draw immediately. He doesn't have to worry about the awakening, which he awakens at 4, as do most of the leader cards. Next up, we've got this Super Saiyan, this Broken Limit Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. Geez, if the names of these cards are not long. But his effect is really dope. He's got 25,000. He's a 6-drop. He's got EX Evolve, which is one of the new mechanics. So you place, for 1 red energy, you place 1 card from your hand in the drop area. And then you evolve him on top of any red Goku from GT with energy of 4 or more. Now his auto says when one of your cards attack, this card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Then, if this card's power is 40,000 or more, this card gains triple strike. Now, so what I'm guessing is that the auto doesn't happen once per turn, and every time one of your cards attacks, he gains an additional 5,000. I'm going to also assume that if you were to boost his attack with combos or with sensu beans, stuff like that, he would still get the triple strike, which is crazy. And then up behind him, we've got the Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku. He's a 4-drop evolve on a GT Goku for 2 red and 1 other. He's got Barrier, which is a new cool ability that basically says, I can't be touched. You can't be chosen by skills or of your opponent's cards, which is really dope because he's immune to being hit by stuff like Cell or Son Goten, Family of Justice, or even stuff like the new Toei that says, hey, I can take your card. His auto also says when a card evolves into this card, or if you combo with this card, draw 1 card. That's really cool, so you get to evolve him and then you draw a card for free. That's a really good ability. Up next, we've got Rushing Warrior Pan. She's a 1-drop, 5,000. When you play this card, choose up to one of your red leader cards. Choose up to one of your red leader cards, or red battle card. That card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn, so she just boosts your other guys. When you combo with this card from your battle area, draw 1 card. So that's pretty cool. So the strategy with this card is play her, give a battle card 5,000 power, attack, combo with her to give it another 5,000, and then you get another draw. That's pretty good for a 1-drop, and really, I feel like 1-drops are lacking in this game, at least good 1-drops that aren't really archetype specific. This one you could run in any red deck. Now, you guys can hate me if you want, but we're going to take a few minutes to talk about this last card. Chain Attack Trunks. He's a 4-drop, red, 20,000. You can evolve him over a Trunks GT for 2 red energy. His permanent lets him attack battle cards in active mode, which is completely irrelevant when you take a look at his auto, which says when you play this card, choose up to 1 battle card from your hand with power 15,000 or less and play it. Think about that for a moment. 15,000 power or less. You're not really going to play something that's going to do a lot of damage. But there's no energy limit. So you could run this in a red deck, drop a Bobbity from your hand, and then go apeshit. And use Bobbity's effect and just drop the biggest fucking things in your deck straight to the field. And you evolve him for a 2. So if there's a Trunks that is a 1-drop or a 2-drop, you're getting out Bobbity and 2 big-ass beaters on turn 3. That is sick. It's actually disgusting. This frame here shows the same cards, but the difference is this shows the awakened sides of both leaders. So let's check out Bardock first. Unbound by Darkness. His activate main says once per turn, place the top 3 cards of your deck in the drop area. If you place a black card, he gains critical. If he drops any other card, he gains 5,000. So the same effect as the front side. Kind of a letdown, but he still gets critical, 20,000, and then he's got the auto to draw a card. The Goku, on the other hand, Rising Spirit Super Saiyan Son Goku. He's got a permanent. During your turn, when your life is at 3 or less, he gains 5,000, so he jumps to 20,000. Then his auto says, when this card attacks, draw 1 card, and if this card's power is 25,000 or more, it gains double strike. So, again, you can combine that Pan with this Goku leader, and just beat face with 25,000 double strike. Here we've got a shot of the Bardock that comes in the special pack. It's called Increasing Evil Mass Saiyan. He's a 4-drop, so I'm going to say he's probably 15,000, 20,000. They've got it blocked, so we can't see what the effect is, but I'm loving all the Bardock support. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the black colored cards first, since that's the set that they've revealed the most information about so far. The rare leader for the black color cards is going to be the android Mira from the Xenoverse games. His auto says, when this card attacks, place the top 2 cards of your deck in the drop area. Then, if there's a green or yellow card in your battle area or drop area, draw a card. Then, on the Awakened side, we have Dark Warrior Mira, which has the permanent, if your warp has 5 or more cards in it, he gains critical. His activate main says once per turn, place up to 2 cards from the top of your deck in the drop area. So he keeps that same main that he had on the front side, and then he also gets the auto when you attack, draw a card. Now let's take a look at the other black leader that comes in the set, and of course it's Xeno Trunks. His auto says when this card attacks, place the top 2 cards of your deck in the drop area, just like Mira. Then, if there's a red or blue card in your battle area or drop area, draw 1 card. So, essentially, these 2 leaders come down to whether or not you want to run green, yellow, red, or blue support, giving you kind of an option on which leader you want to use. Trunks' awakened side is Super Saiyan Trunks, Protector of Time. His activate says once per turn, place 2 cards in the drop area, just like his front side. But his auto says when this card attacks, draw 1 card. Then you may choose 5 cards in your drop area and send them to your warp. If you do, he gains 5,000 power and double strike. I mean, the double strike is nice, but in a deck where you're trying your best to make the most out of the cards in your drop zone so you can overwhelm some in almost every turn, I don't know if you want to get rid of them just for double strike. Maybe if you're trying to push for game, but outside of that, I think you would rather leave those in your drop area so you can drop more overwhelm cards. Both leaders are pretty great. It just depends on what color support you want to run. Personally, I like Trunks because he's got the blue support, and in my opinion, blue has the best support. Up next, we got another Bardock, Awakened Warrior Bardock. He's a 4-drop with 20k, Overwhelm for 4. He says, his auto says, when you play this card using your Overwhelm, he gains double strike. Not too bad. It's kind of similar to... It's basically a watered-down version of the 5-drop Bardock, the Masked Warrior. So, I mean, if you needed a 4-drop and you wanted to play something that turn, it's fine, but I don't see it as being too overwhelming. This is easily, by far, my favorite Overwhelm card that they have given us. Unrelenting Assault Trunks. The art just looks dope, but even better than that, he's 3-drop, 15,000. His auto says when this card is sent to the warp from your battle area or deck, add it back to your hand. So you can continuously play him over and over and over again without having to worry about it. Granted, you can only Overwhelm once per turn, but you can still continuously use him. We've also got another Supreme Kai of Time, World's Protector. She's a 2-drop, 12,000. She's got Super Combo, which is another new mechanic they've added, where you can only run 4 of these cards in a deck. The auto says when you combo with this card, if there are 5 or more cards in your warp area, draw 1 card, and then the card gains plus 10,000 power. So it's kind of like your boost attack Piccolo. The black cards also get their own 1-drop in Toei Space Time Unleashed. She's got 5,000 power. Her auto says when you play this card, look it up to the top 7, choose 1 Mira or Masked Saiyan, add it to your hand. So she's kind of like the Kind Saiyan Goku for the black color. Now this card is actually gross. Toei Reprogrammed Menace. She's a 4-drop, 15,000. She Xeno evolves for 4. Her auto says, when a card evolves into this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy of 6 or less, switch it to active, and gain control of it. That is nasty. You can take Ultimate Gohans. You can take any ace, any big badass in anybody's deck, and go, mine. Here we've got another Mira, 3-drop, 15,000, Relentless Destruction Mira. You can Overwhelm him for 3. And when you play him using Overwhelm, your opponent chooses a card in their hand and discards it. Not too bad, but really not that great. I don't see this one getting a lot of play unless your strategy is to make your opponent discard. Now we're getting into the little slime monsters with Shun Shun, Protector, Majin. 3-drop, 15,000. She has Blocker. Her auto says when you play this card, place 2 cards from top of your deck in the drop area. And then her other auto says when this card is attacked, if your opponent's leader is red or blue, this card gains 15,000 power for the duration of the turn. You're blocking almost anything that comes at you for nothing. For what? Your opponent just happens to have that color? I can see this card being side decked in so many games. It's wild. The other Blob's ability is pretty dope too. We've got Haru Attacker Majin, 3 drop, 15,000. She's got critical. When you play her, discard the top 2 cards of your deck. And when you play her, if your opponent's leader is green or yellow, choose 4 of your energy and switch them back to active mode. That is a really cool ability, and I can't even see how aggro you can make a deck with 3 or 4 of these. Then we've got 2 additional extra cards for the black color. This one is Dark Plot for 4. You activate it during your main. It says choose up to 1 battle card in your warp with 4 or less and play it. If you use this skill to play a battle card with Overrealm, choose 3 of your energy and switch them to active mode. It's almost like you're playing blue, but a much, much darker blue. This last one, I can't even believe they made this a card. It's a counter attack card for 1. Negate the attack, then place 2 cards from your hand in the drop area. If you do, add it back to your hand. You can keep using it over and over again, and it just costs 1. It has no color restriction. That's going to be like any deck that draws massively is going to be running this in, hell, you don't even need 4, but you'll run 4 so that you can get it whenever the hell you want and stop attack after attack after attack, and that's not even counting the fact that you have your own colors negates. The final black card is another Bardock, and I'm not complaining. It's a 5 drop Super Saiyan 3 Bardock Power Unleashed, 30,000. He's got Xeno Evolve for 5. He has Triple Strike. His auto says when a card evolves into him, if your leader is black, you may choose 5 cards from the warp and place them in your drop area. If you do, send all of your opponent's battle cards to their warp. So not only do you get more cards to Overrealm with, but you wipe your entire opponent's board. And it's not even shit that goes to their drop area. It's just gone. If they don't run warp stuff that gets it back, they're not getting it back. Alright, so now we're getting into my new favorite color archetype, and this is the new Blue Boo. The first card we're going to focus on is obviously the Kid Boo. Everybody was wondering why there was no Kid Boo when we got the Majin Buu support in Series 2. Well, here it is. 7 drop, the ultimate evil Majin Buu. He's got that EX Evolve, so for 1 blue, place 2 cards from your hand in the drop area, evolve him on a Majin Buu with 5 or more energy. He's got Triple Strike, and his auto is... It's evil. It fits the character. When he evolves, switch him to active mode, and he gains 30,000 for the rest of the turn. That's 60,000 double strike. If you don't have a negate, it's done. This card could be a finisher for every Majin Buu deck. I can honestly see a lot of people running mono blue because there is a lot of blue Majin Buu support, but I can also see people running red and blue. Since it has to be a 5 cost energy, you don't even have to EX evolve him. You could get out the 5 drop Super Buu from Series 2, place a battle card underneath, and just evolve it into this Majin Buu. Bet nobody thought of that shit. We also get a new 1 drop to support Majin Buu in Agent of Resurrection Bobbity. 5,000 power. When you play this card, look at the up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 Majin Buu among them and add it to your hand. Doesn't specify anything, so you can get any Majin Buu that you choose. That's pretty dope. One of my favorites, though, has got to be this Final Explosion Prince of Destruction Vegeta. Arguably still one of the coolest fucking scenes from DBZ. 4 drop, 20,000. He's got Double Strike. At the end of the battle, after this card attacks, place this card at the bottom of your deck. Then choose any number of your opponent's battle cards for which the total cost adds up to 5 or less and KO them. So you swing for Double Strike, do 2 life damage, then blow up their field. That's pretty fucking crazy. Lastly, we've got our 7 drop in Ultimate Spirit Bomb Son Goku. The art looks pretty good on that one too. He's got EX Evolve for 1 blue, place 2 cards in the drop area. Evolve him on any Son Goku, 5 or more energy. He's got Double Strike. His permanent says your opponent can't activate counter against this card's attacks, so kind of like the Son Goku God Break. I know I said that backwards. And then his auto says, when this card attacks, choose up to 5 battle cards in your energy area and combo with them. Holy shit, that is fucking nuts! Now, of course, it wouldn't be Dragon Ball Super if we didn't get Ultra Instinct Son Goku. 7-drop blue, he's got the EX Evolve, but he's 2 blue energy, only 1 discard on any 5-drop or higher. He has Triple Strike, and his permanent says your opponent can't combo for the duration of his battle. Then his auto says when a card evolves into this card, return all your opponent's battle cards to their owner's hand. This fucking set 3 is all about playing a big-ass dude that says goodbye to your whole fucking field. Honestly, I feel like negates and even combos are going to be now more important than they ever have been. Before, you'd be okay without running a negate. Now, negates are almost a must-have 4 of. Blockers, they might be here or there, but you're going to need those 4 negates. I'm so happy to see that green got more Android support. I'm not particularly fond of the fact that it's Android 13, but we got more Android support, and that is one of the things I was really looking forward to. Green also has a new 7-drop Vegito, a new 7-drop Twisted Justice Fuse Zamasu, and a 2-drop Evil Psyche Zamasu. Not sure why they're giving Zamasu green, unless they want you to do blue-green, but the support just seems kind of weird to me. And then there's also the Unstoppable Super Saiyan Khalifa. Here shows the 2-drop Khalifa. She's got what looks to be maybe 12,000 power. It's kind of hard to tell. She can't be much higher than that at a 2-drop. Her permanent says your battle cards can't be KO'd by your own skills. And her other permanent says your battle cards can't be placed in the drop area by your own skills. So I'm not really sure what they're planning to do with that. And then her auto says when you play this card, choose 1 card from your something and add it to your hand. Here we've got a better image of the new Vegito. 7-drop Hyper Rush Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. I love the art on this. If it's not at least hollow, I'm going to be kind of upset about it. You can union him for 5. 25,000. He's got Triple Strike, so being at 25,000 too, you can get him with Lightning Speed Vegito. So that gives him a little bit more playability. His auto says when you play this card, if your leader card is Vegito, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and 1 of the cards in their hand, place them in the drop area. Then you draw 2 cards, so plus 4. Then you can choose up to 2 cards in your life and add them to your hand, so you can use him to self-awaken. The only downside is he has to use the Vegito leader, and if you haven't seen my Vegito deck profile, go check it out. I actually explained why I don't like the Vegito leader, basically because he just doesn't do anything for the deck and there's better leaders. Having said that, if they come out with other cards that have this kind of effect that requires the Vegito leader, then he might indeed be worth running. For me, right now, I still feel like doing Mono Vegito is the best play to make when running a Vegito deck. Personally, I've never been a huge fan of any of the androids besides 16, 17, and 18, but this Unending Destruction Android 13 does look really cool. 7-drop, he's got Double Strike. When you play him, your opponent chooses 1 of their battle cards and KOs it. So you make them kill their own guy. And then his other auto, when 1 of your opponent's battle cards is placed in the drop area from any area by any of your skills other than this one, your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and discards it as well. So he just likes getting rid of your shit. Now we're getting into the red cards from Dragon Ball GT. You've got Dr. Muyu under Baby's control for 1 drop, gotta be 5,000 power. You've got Hidden Ability General Rildo for 3 drop. Meta Rildo Form Perfected, he's a 7-drop. Rising Fist Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku's a 5-drop. And then you got Reliable Trunks, which is a 4-drop. Here we get a better view of some of the red cards. And I'm going to go ahead and point this out. We did get a red 2-drop GT Trunks, that Quick Rush Trunks. And he's got critical. So 2-drop, 15,000 critical. And then on turn 3, you can evolve him into that red Trunks we talked about earlier. Drop a Bobbity and go ham. Turn 3. That is crazy. Now, it's hard to tell with the letters in the way, but I'm pretty sure the Dr. Mew is probably one of those look at the top 3 or top 7 cards of your deck, search a baby, and add it to your hand. You've got this Victorious Fist Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. That is easily going to be a super rare, probably the special rare for red as well. He's got EX Evolve for 1 red, place 1 card in the drop area. He's got Double Strike, and then his auto is a once per turn effect. You can't really see what it is. He looks like he's got 25,000 power, so that's pretty good for a 6-drop. And then you got the General Rildo. He's the 3-drop. He's got Union Absorb. Choose one of each Nezzy, Nat, Bizu, and Ribbit from your drop area and place them under this card. Choose up to 1 General Rildo with 25,000 power from your deck and place it on top of this card. Then shuffle your deck. Then lastly, we've got a Vanilla Pan. Looks like maybe 1 or 2 drop, maybe 5 or 10,000. Now we get a look at the yellow cards, which this is our first time getting cards from the Dragon Ball series, which I wasn't that excited about until I read some of the cards, and some of them are pretty dope. You've got this Kakarot, the child who got away. He's a 1-drop for 1,000. His auto is pretty hard to see what it says. It says if your leader is something, but other than that, I really can't tell what it says. If somebody can see it, let me know in the comments below. Here we see the rest of some of the yellow cards, and it looks like we're getting a lot of Saiyan support, but let's check out that Goku first. Again, judging by this art, this is probably going to be a super rare for the yellow color. Explosive Spirit Son Goku, he's a 3-drop, 10k. He has Blocker, and he has Barrier. That's that ability that says, don't touch me. His auto says when you play this card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So he's a blocker, you can't touch him with skills, and he gets a free KO on anything in rest mode. No limit on what the level is either. Then his other auto says at the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. So you can attack with him, and then put him back in active mode to be able to block something later on. It's just really good for a yellow card. Now let's look at the rest of the yellow cards. First and foremost, you've got that youthful Bulma. She's a 1-drop, 1,000 energy. She's just a Majin Buu for yellow. She's just the same as the blue Buu, except she's only got 1,000 power. After that, she's just combo fodder. Now, this front card, this strong Bardock, is a 5-drop, 20,000 attack, and he's got dual attack. I like the art on the card. But his auto says when you play this card, if your leader card is a Saiyan, look at up to the top 3 cards of your deck, choose one, add it to your hand. That's going to be pretty good. It's a free +1, and I mean, there's so many Saiyan leaders. Hell, there's so many Goku leaders that there's no reason you shouldn't be able to get that ability. Behind him, you've got Unwavering Solidarity Fasha, one of Bardock's teammates. She's a 1-drop. Looks like she's probably got 5,000 power. Can't really tell what her ability says. On the other side of Bardock, you've got a 2-drop Unwavering Solidarity Tora. Again, you can't see what his ability says, but he does have a permanent, so that might be interesting to see. And then on the other side here, we've got a Rampaging Great Ape Son Goku. Looks like he's probably a 5 or a 6-drop, but you can evolve him for 2 yellow and 2 other. 25,000 power. Looks like he's got crit and possibly either blocker or barrier. More than likely barrier, which is disgusting to say that a 25,000 with crit cannot be targeted by card effects. But otherwise, you can't really tell what the auto is, so that'll be interesting to figure out as well. It's cool to see that they have like the Great Saiyan Ape in a card now, because I know that a lot of us were wanting that, and a lot of us were wanting more Saiyan support, myself especially. Now let's take a look at the Dash Pack. For those of you that don't know, most stores, if you buy 12 packs, you'll get a Dash Pack, which comes with one of these cool-looking promos. You've got Combination Attack Pan, Piccolo the Strategist, Saiyan, Teamwork Kaba, and Great Ape Prince Vegeta. First of all, let's talk about this Piccolo, because I am glad to see my boy Piccolo getting some more love. Easily one of the best characters in the entire franchise, and getting to see that art with the Dash Pack foil is going to be amazing. He's 4-drop for 20k. He's got crit, and he also has barrier. That is really cool. He's got activate main, choose to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy equal to or less than your energy and KO it. And then for the duration of the game, you can't activate that skill. Now, I don't know if it means you can't activate that skill again on a separate Piccolo, or if it's just that Piccolo. The wording in this game kind of suggests multiple things no matter what card you're reading. Combination attack Pan, she's a 3-drop. Her permanent says, if a Son Goku GT or a Trunks GT with 25,000 or more power is in play in your battle area, you can play this card from your hand without paying energy. That's kind of cool. Activate main once per turn, choose a Goku or a Trunks GT in your battle area, it gains 5,000 power. So Pan is basically just there to boost your already bigger dudes into more bigger dudes. She's got 10,000 power, so she's not really doing anything else after that. Then we've got the Saiyan Teamwork Kaba 2-drop, 10,000. His permanent says, while this card is in play, decrease the energy cost and specific green cost of Khalifa and Kale. That'll be kind of interesting. His auto, when you play this card, look at up to 10 cards from the top of your deck. Choose a Khalifa or Kale and add it to your hand. If the chosen card was Khalifa, you can play it. Wow, so you play this Teamwork Kaba, and then you play the 2-drop Khalifa. Not too bad. Lastly, we've got Great Ape Prince Vegeta, 4-drop, 20k. He's got critical, he's got blocker. His auto says when you play or combo with this card, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose one Great Ape and add it to your hand. If you do so, place 1 card from your hand in the drop area. Depending on what other Great Ape cards we get, that could be really good. I know we have the Goku Great Ape, and there is another Great Ape. I think Tora has a Great Ape. And, oh, doesn't Bardock have one as well? Didn't we just look at that? I could be wrong. We also get a new Goku leader, as if we didn't have enough Goku leaders. Looks like he's got a permanent and a activate main. Probably awakens at 4 life like most of the leaders do. Now, this still was taken from the trailer. This was actually an upside-down image. We went ahead and flipped it around. You've got a couple new blue cards. Rebirth of Justice. It's a 4-drop, activate main. Choose up to 1 blue battle card in your hand with an energy of, I can't tell if it's 5, and play it. Then choose one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to their hand. So that could be really cool, especially if you were to add something that evolves like Perfect Cell or any of these new evolve cards that just want to beat your face in. You've got Powers Combined Kibito Kai. He's 12,000. He's got the super combo, so you can only run 4 of super combos in the deck. His auto says when you combo with this card, if your leader is blue and your life is 4 or less, gains 10,000 power. Choose 1 card in your opponent's combo area and return it to their hand. Something with one of your opponent's cards, draw a card. It's really hard to see because it's a lot of text, so it's blurry. But still looks like a great card. And then we've got Furious Rush Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. I love seeing Super Saiyan 3 cards. Still my favorite form. He's a 5-drop, 20,000. He's got dual attack. And when you play this card, draw a card. So pretty simple, but still pretty badass. Here we've got a few more red and blue cards. You got the 1-drop Pan. I believe that's probably the vanilla Pan. There's Universal Leader Grand Supreme Kai. It's a 2-drop. Now, the Supreme Kais and the Kais that were alive during the time of Majin Buu and Bibbidi are actually really important to the new Majin Blue archetype. We'll get to that in a minute. You've got the red 2-drop Mega Cannon Signa Ribbit. That's one of those General Rildo cards. And then the best name in the entire series goes to thinks he's the best Hercule. 2-drop, 10,000 blue. His auto says when you play this card, if your leader card is Majin Buu, spoiler, choose one of your energy and place it at the bottom of your deck. And then take the top 2 cards of your deck and add them to your energy. Wow, so he literally supports the Majin Buu archetype, but he's an objection. That's really wicked. Here's another still from the trailer. You've got the EX Evolve versus the Xeno Evolves. It kind of explains how those work. We went ahead and flipped the pictures around so we could get a better look at some of the newer cards that they hadn't revealed to us yet. And boy, they're juicy. You've got Majin Defier, North Supreme Kai. He's a 2-drop with 10k. Looks like he's got blocker and he's got an auto. You got Universal Leader. He's got 10k as well. You've got our now Supreme Kai. He's got 5,000, and I can't tell what his abilities are. You've also got the South Kai, and you've got the East Kai. So you have all of the Kais right here. He's the East Kai. He's 3-drop, 15,000. On the other side, we've got some more yellow cards. We got a 3-drop, no opening, Son Goku, 15,000. He's got an auto. There's the Rampaging Great Ape Son Goku. There's a 3-drop, 15,000 Nappa, Vegeta's attendant. Everybody's been wondering where Nappa is. I'm looking forward to Raditz myself, but there's another Youthful Bulma. There's a King Vegeta down there. He's a 3-drop, 15,000. Can't tell at all what he does. And then the card next to it in the drop area is a 4-drop. It's the Great Ape. I believe it's Tora, which is a member of Bardock's team. Can't tell what he has. He has what might be blocker or crit, one of those. And then he's got 2 autos himself. Now here at the end, we get to see a lot of different cards. It happens so fast in the video that you really don't get a chance to look at them and to see what they are, what they do. But we watched it and we took it apart piece by piece. Easily the first 2 things that stand out have got to be the new Majin Buu support. And that's right. This is a Majin Buu leader. Majin Buu completely revived. His auto, once per turn, when his card attacks, place the top card of your deck under this card, then draw 1 card. You're going to want to awaken him as quickly as possible, because his activate main says choose 5 cards under this card and place them in the drop area. Switch this card to active mode. It gains 5,000 power, so you can attack with him 2 times in a row. Now imagine comboing with him on the first attack with Destructive Champa, giving him double strike, then putting him back in active and giving him another chance to hit you with double strike. That shit is crazy. Over on the other side, we've got Fearless Pan, 3-drop, 15,000. She's got blocker and barrier. They're making really good use of that barrier ability, so fuck you, Cell. And her auto says when you play this card, choose all your other red leader cards and red battle cards. They gain 5,000 power and double strike. Pan is literally the support for red. She carries the entirety of red team and just throws power at them. Free power-ups for nothing. We also caught sight of this beauty here. No idea what his name is, but it's Super Buu. He's a 5-drop, 25,000. You evolve him with 2 blue and 2 other on South Supreme Kai. Like I was saying earlier, the Kais actually matter for the Majin Buu deck if you want to evolve them. He's got dual attack, and once per turn, you can choose 1 South Supreme Kai under him, gain all of the chosen card skills for the duration of the turn. That's pretty cool. So essentially, he works like the Buuhan does from Series 2, where he gets all the Ultimate Gohan's abilities that are underneath him. That's pretty dope, and I'm really excited to build a Majin Buu deck. Speaking of Majin Buu decks, probably one of my favorite cards from this set is Buu Make You Cookie. 1-drop blue. It's got to be an extra card. There is a wall of text there we can't even attempt to read, but it's got to be great. Here's another shot of West Supreme Kai. She is indeed 5,000. She does have what looks like blocker and a permanent ability. Now, while all of you were noticing all the Evil Buu and Kid Buu stuff, literally the first thing I saw during those videos was this card, Dreadful Duo Android 18. She's a 3-drop, 15,000. She's got crit, and she's got an activate main once per turn for 1 green energy. I can't quite tell what it says, but I know it's going to work in tandem with the new Android 17, because in the second part of that trailer, or the second part of that little flash, we got this Android 17 Dreadful Duo. Can't tell what he has either, but I'm really happy to see that they're both in tandem, like twin sister and twin brother 17 and 18. They're also the same power and the same drop, so that means there's more Android 17 and 18 that you can drop for 2 energy with the leader, and depending on what these two do, androids are about to get stupid insane. Next to the 18 was an extra card for the GT stuff. It's a red 2-drop, Grand Tour spaceship, cannot tell what it does at all. And then there's a Kibito, Kai's attendant. He's a blue 2-drop, probably 10,000 maybe. He's got an activate main, but otherwise it's too hard to tell what it does. Now back to my favorite archetype, androids. We've got a 1-drop Dr. Gero, Evil's Inventor. I'm so happy to have a green 1-drop specifically for androids. Granted, I love using energy boosted Majin Buu, but this is archetype specific and will probably do me a lot better than just a random draw 1. He's got 5,000 power. He's got an auto. It looks like it says, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You probably add an android from your deck to your hand and then shuffle the rest. So it's kind of like Gawasu, but for androids. That I will run over Majin Buu any day. I've literally been asking for a good 1-drop for androids, and I got it, lo and behold. We've also got that 2-drop red, the Mega Cannon Ribbit that we looked at earlier. He's got 10k. He's got an auto, but it's hard to tell what it is. There's the Majin Defier North Supreme Kai again. It does indeed look like he's got blocker with his auto, and then 10,000. We won't know for sure how to run the deck until they actually show us what all the cards do, because that's a lot of Kais that you're going to be running with the Buu stuff, and if you're trying to run red and blue Buu, it's going to screw with you. Now back to my beautiful androids. We've got another new Android 19. Not a fan of 19. I don't even run the current 19 in my android deck. I would rather play anything else when I'm on turn 2. He's got 10,000 power and activate main. He's probably a 2-drop. Might be a 1-drop, but I seriously don't see myself running him unless his ability is just that good. You've got another Mega Cannon Sigma, whatever. He's a 2-drop, 10,000. In the back, you can kind of see the God Absorber Majin Buu. We saw him earlier when we were looking at the blue stuff, but his shit was covered up, and we didn't know what he did, other than the fact that he's a 5-drop. Along with kind of like the Magician's Father Bibbidi being a 4-drop, but we couldn't see what he was, so we didn't really mention much about it, because it's not revealed in any of these videos. Once again, back to my androids, probably the last time. We've got an extra card that actually has Dr. Gero before he became Android 20. It looks like it's called Create Android. The ability's kind of hard to read, but it looks like it says if your leader contains Android, draw 2 cards, then choose 1 card from your hand and discard it. So it pretty much lets you get some of the cards you need a little quicker. You're digging into your deck a little faster. I'm going to say it's safe to assume that this is a 1-drop. Here you can see we also get a new Android 16, Stout-Hearted Android 16. He's a 2-drop. We got a wall of text there. Looks like he might be our super combo since he has 0+0 for the combo, so that'll be really cool. I'll definitely be running 4 of him. And on the right side, you can see that Psyche Zamasu. It does confirm that we were right. He is 5,000. So he may or may not be good, depending. Again, we'll have to see. I don't know how I feel about running a green-blue Zamasu or Goku Black deck. Here we get a better view of the new green Trunks support. I'm never going to say no to support for my favorite character, and it being Future Trunks, it's definitely going in my Future Trunks deck. And it's already green-blue, so this fits the theme perfectly. My only concern is that we already have the Bulma 1-drop, and we've got the Time Machine. Not to mention, I guess this might replace Slasher Trunks. Slasher Trunks is 10,000 for 1-drop, where this is only 5. But he does have the auto that says when you play this card, you can search up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 Saiyan among them, and add it to your hand. So it's kind of cool. It'd be another Trunks they could search. This might actually be better than me running Slasher Trunks, so I probably am going to run this and just phase out the Slasher Trunks. I don't know. It'll be something I'll have to toy around with, but I definitely like this card, and if you're running a Trunks deck, whether you're running my build with just nothing but green and blue Trunks, or you're running mono blue with the Gokus and the Vegetas, either way, you're going to add anything to your hand within the top 3 cards. Here we've got a better image of that 5-drop Rising Fist Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku that we couldn't see before. He's got evolved for 4, 3 red, 1 other on a GT Goku. He's got double strike, and when he evolves, draw 2 cards. That's pretty damn good. 20,000? Not too bad. Here's a really neat Goku. Determined Super Saiyan Son Goku. He's a 3-drop, 15,000. He's got critical. But what's really cool about him is his permanent says when your life is 4 or less, increases energy cost in your battle area by 2. Normally, all your cards so far say, reduce the energy cost. But this one wants to be a 3-drop to increase by 2 to be a 5-drop so that you can EX evolve him into that stupid, big-ass Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku. This thing, you are not going to want to leave it on the field. You're going to want to kill it somehow, and the crazy part is, if they play it and they get that ability, you can't kill it with cards like Son Goten, Family of Justice. Here we've got a shot of another 1-drop, pint-sized warrior Son Goku. He's got 5,000. It's impossible to tell if he has an ability or if he's just a vanilla card. Then we've got everybody's favorite little annoying robot, Dependable Robot Giru. He's got blocker. He's 5,000. He's got to be a 1-drop. His permanent, it says if Pan is in your battle area or your leader area. Are we getting a Pan leader? Wow, spoiler there. I can't really tell what the rest of it says. It might be one of those blockers that you can play it for free, depending on who your leader or is in your battle area. Kind of like my Supporter of Hope, or Destined Krillin for androids, which is more than likely the case. We've also got, in the back, you can see there's one of the field cards. It's called Planet Vegeta. It has 2 different auto abilities. There's no way we're going to be able to tell what it does. It's got Saiyan Vegeta on it, though. It looks pretty dope. It'll probably have something to do with the Great Ape form, more than likely. Speaking of Great Apes, we've got the 6-drop Great Protector Great Ape Bardock. He has an ability at the top of the card, something your hand in the drop area with an energy cost of 5 or more. It's probably an evolve. You probably evolve him onto a Bardock. He's also got blocker and double strike. And an auto says, when a card evolves into this card, choose your opponent's leader card in rest mode. That card cannot something during your opponent's next turn, your next charge turn. Maybe it can't go back to active mode, so maybe their leader is stuck rested for a turn. That would be kind of cool. We haven't seen a whole lot of abilities that touch a leader, and I feel like we need more of them. We need ability negates for leaders, especially ability negates for leaders. Lastly, we've got Hidden Power Oob. He's 20k, looks like double strike, so he's probably a 4 or 5 drop. And then we've got one of those furry wolf guys from Universe 6. He's a 3-drop yellow, Burgeoning Power Bergermo. I don't remember how to pronounce their names. No idea what they'll do. I have zero interest in playing those. They might be pretty dope, though. I'm not going to be ignorant enough to say that they'll be a shitty archetype until I see it. Alright, well that's our in-depth analysis of all the information that we've been given on Set 3, the starter decks, the cards that come in them, the cards that have been revealed in the set, the cards that we picked apart from the trailer, the special pack, all that good stuff. Personally, I'm most excited for Android 17 and 18. The Android support easily is going to be my favorite, along with the future Trunks support. Goku Black and Zamasu, I'm not really sure yet. I'll have to see. I haven't seen any Vegito support that I like so far either. But again, it's too early to tell with as little as they've given us, despite the fact that we've seen probably 2 or 3 times more than they actually revealed to us over the course of the day. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button down below for us. We really appreciate it. The support for our deck profiles have been phenomenal, especially my Super Aggro Vegito deck profile. Within the first day, it had more views than the Goku Black deck profile I had put up a week prior to that, which is now sitting at over 800 views, which is more than the Android deck profile I put up over a month ago. And it's almost got as many views as that Trunks profile, which is just barely over 900. So you guys are loving these deck profiles. You guys loved that Vegito one. Nobody really seemed to care about the Goku Black one. which kind of hurts a little bit because I like Goku Black. But either way, I'm loving the support you guys are giving us. We're at 136 subscribers, which is fantastic. It means so much to me, and this game is awesome. If you guys are loving this content this much, I'll bring it every week if I can. I'll get deck profiles from people playing that aren't even my decks. But anyway, this has been a long-ass video. There was a lot of stuff to go through. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, which cards you're hyped for the most, which colors you're looking forward to building, or decks you're looking forward to improving that you already had. Like I said, my top two are easily Androids and Future Trunks. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here now. We've talked for way too long, and I need a break. We'll see you guys in the next video.